And it, good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I am doing well. Doing well, thank you.
Yeah.
We'll get started here in just a second. See some more people coming in. All right, let's get it going. Let's get it going. So today we are going to be talking about finances. So we just wrapped up our series on marketing, and you should have received those replay links in your email. And so now we're about to move into the segment on financing because, like I say, you're not just a real estate agent, you are a business owner, and we got to know where we're going. We gotta know. We got to be able to track the money that we're making, be able to track everything. And so we're going to be getting into finances. Now, before I do that, of course, we're going to go down the line today. I do want to announce, and this is not open to the public, but I promised y'all that y'all would get first dibs on this. The oh, what's going on with my website? Hold on. The All right, I'm going to share my screen here. Registration is now open for power unit members. So for power unit members, registration is now open for the next Do the Most conference, which is April 5th through the 7th. It is going to be located at the Sandman Signature Hotel in Plano. And so right now, for this, for the time before I release it to the public and then shortly after, we're offering early bird tickets at a special price. Just like last time, we're going to have general, VIP, and then platinum. And we added some extra perks in there for VIPs and platinum. A lot of stuff going on at this event, which is really neat. So of course, we're going to have real estate stuff. We have a phenomenal speaker on brand building. So for those of you who don't have a brand, you want to establish your brand. She literally took her brand from 0 to like 1,000. I'm talking press and everything. And she's going to be sharing exactly how she did that. Cleaning up your personal credit to get high net worth credit lines. We're going to have investment strategies, crypto, NFTs, systems, of course, more storytelling, passive income opportunities. Okay, so passive income, building your business credit, how to start short-term rentals. So Airbnbs, how to start that Airbnb business, get that going. How to grow a team. So how to build these systems, get that mindset, everything around building a team, taking 30 listings in 30 days, managing your time better. We have some special guest appearances, running a short-term car rental business. So like Turo, things like that. I got people flying in from all over the country, top players to share this information. So the agenda's there. Same thing like before, we'll have that welcome mixer. It's going to be a fun party this time. And then we'll go all day on day one, have that VIP dinner that night, and then all day on day two. And we got a city party bus. It's going to be a lot of fun doing that. So like I said, the early bird tickets are available for y'all. It's at chasenjmiles.com/live. this is not open to the public yet. So just for Power Unit members, I'll drop the link here in the chat box for you to go ahead and snag your ticket, and it'll be available to the public on Friday. So remember, like last time, those platinum and VIP tickets went super quick. So if you know that you want to be platinum or VIP, be sure to get that ticket ASAP so you don't miss that opportunity. We're super excited about this event. I'm telling you, the venue is amazing. A lot of space. We're expecting a huge turnout. So we got a, big ballroom space, and it's going to be an awesome event. So if you are going to be coming to Do the Most, get your tickets early. Be one of the first. We got some special surprises there for people who are in the first, and nobody else knows about this, and nobody else knows this link. So don't share this link outside of people who are in Power Unit, please. Not until like Friday or so. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and go down the line right quick so you can share what's going on in your business, how your last week was. Sonia, you just missed the announcement. Do the Most is available for Power Unit members. So Do the Most conference, I dropped the link in the chat box. It's available for Power Unit coaching members until Friday before it gets released to the public. So definitely check that out, get that early bird pricing so that you can be in the house. All right, so let's start with you, Kay. Share something with us.
Hi, I'm sorry. Can you skip me?
Yes.
Just for now. Okay. Sorry. Thank you.
All right, Kiara.
Whoa, I've never been like this up front. Okay. My week was good. I've been showing my new listing, and this week I actually volunteered at like a Black-owned pop-up shop. So it was like 100 vendors. So that was amazing. I got a lot of good content. I changed my username on everything to Kiara in LA, other than on Zoom. And it's been working out pretty well. My content is about to be fire. And so, yeah, I've had a good week.
Nice. So what did you do at the pop-up shop?
I was helping vendors like get set up before the crowd came. And it was good because I got to like shoot a lot of them for my page and then repost them. And then obviously they repost me too. So like Amarion's brother was there and he posted me, and I kind of freaked out in my head. But yeah, it was good to just get in the community and like, become that go-to agent in LA.
So, yeah, so you made a lot of good connections.
Definitely, yes.
When you just said that, like literally my mind thought about that show Insecure. I'm not sure if anybody watches that.
Yes, it was like that.
That's literally what I pictured in my mind.
It was exactly like that. So it was good to be there. I think I'm going to do it like every month, and I'm probably going to do a giveaway for like free tickets for the next one. And yeah, it was really nice to just, do that for the community.
Are there any opportunities for you to become a vendor there?
Yes. So I definitely want to do that next.
Yeah. So I think the play for that should be, just like a pop-up first time home buyer seminar type of deal. Not really giving like a full presentation, but maybe if you created like just a 5-minute pitch thing, 3 to 5 minutes, and have giveaways and swag and all that.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. All right, Bio, you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
How you doing?
Morning. I am blessed, man.
Look at that different environment. Look at that.
I know. I'm trying to be like you, Jason. I'm creating a home office. I bought the piece in the back. I bought the lights. I bought a new iMac. I'm doing a whole lot, man.
I love it.
I'm gonna start my YouTube channel. I'm gonna start my YouTube channel end of this month. I'm very excited. and things are going well, man.
Yeah, tell us what's been going on.
Got you, man. So in my business, I have 4 closings this month, and I have 15 closings already this year.
Look at
15.
you. That's
Man.
awesome, man.
I have the list, man. I'm just looking at it. I'm like, dude, man, this is crazy, man. I already have 4 on the contract this year from January 1st, and I'm expecting 2 more before the end of the week to make 6 in January. So all buyers, though, all buyers.
Mm.
And I'm just excited, man. So I've been wanting to talk to you about sellers too, maybe after everybody talk, to see what is the number one strategy to target sellers. Because now I have my strategy locked down for the buyers: referral. People that know me, they refer people to me. So for the sellers, I think it's a little different. So I wanted to know, what would you recommend as the number one way to target sellers to get more listings? So it's a blessing, bro.
Yeah, so right now, Google ads are working really well as far as targeting sellers. So keywords such as sell my house, quick offer, home evaluation. Now, I will say that it's a little pricey, right? But
Yeah,
you get more quality leads from that. And so specifically targeting those keywords, and let me, because I can actually tell you what keywords that I target, because you can just get in there and replicate it, and like Google will help you create the ad and everything. So I target homes and properties for sale near me. I target Dallas cash home buyers, houses to buy, sell home by owner, and then you can set a location. Now you can do a range. So like I have my zip code and then 30 miles around, so like a 30-mile radius. Now daily average, however, is around, for me, around 92.50 a day. Okay, that gets spent on the ads. In the last month, so in January so far, I've had 382 clicks, and it's shown my ad 36,000 times. From that, I've gotten about 5 solid sellers. Okay, so it definitely works. I wouldn't necessarily make it too complicated. So the squeeze page that you're sending them to, just ask basic information: name, address, phone number, and let them tell you about any improvements they've done to the property, things like that. You can even ask them how much were they looking to take away. And then once you get that inquiry, just reach out to them.
Got it. Thank you.
Aside from sellers, aside from Google, it's going to be circle prospecting. So whether that's in the form of postcards, cold calling, door knocking, but knocking around high traffic, high listing areas, where other agents are selling properties. And you can use those other properties as leverage. Say, hey, did you know that home 3 doors down from you just sold for 350?
Gotcha.
It's not necessarily a play like you sold it. It's like it sold.
It's sold.
Right.
Gotcha.
And then leverage that.
Gotcha. Before you go, I was going to ask you quickly, if you were starting over today and you need to get a listing to save your life, what will you target?
For sale by owners. Yeah. I'd pull a list off of RedX and get to calling.
Gotcha.
Yep.
And just call.
Yep. All day. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Till I get an appointment.
They said they like the question.
Yeah.
Thanks, man, Jason. Appreciate it. We'll talk.
Yep. No problem. All right. Serge. I don't know if it's Sergio or it just says Serge here. You there? I don't even really know who Surge is. They're a secret here on the call. Listening in. Gotcha. Okay. All right, Sonia, you're up.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I got a condo under contract for a buyer that I have been searching like mad for. We'd written
Nice.
5 other offers, finally got one. So that came from me going outside the box and looking for something that they weren't necessarily thinking about and going, how about this? And then they fell in love and they were like, yeah, and it's been on the market for 2 months. So maybe we can actually get it, and did. So yay,
Yeah.
that was a big win. What I've been kind of working on is trying to figure out my ideal client and niching down in that way so that I can actually target the right people, because I'm decided I need to use what I know about business and targeted marketing in the real estate business instead of just, blast out and try everything. So I'm going to try to focus my efforts so that I can hopefully be more successful in something that I'm focusing on. I've also made a really strong commitment to my power hour, which was
Good.
wishy-washy. So I've made a very strong commitment to that. And as far as the nation goes, I'm working on a couple of certifications to help that. One, I'll know more as far as I want to do a buyer certification, and then also a relocation specialist certification that I found. And yeah, I'll learn more, but that'll also give me something solid that I can put onto market with and hopefully help with searches. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. So tell us about, you mentioned that you went outside the box.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? What'd you do?
All right. So first, this client was telling me that that they wanted to look for houses, and we were looking up to 250 range, which is still kind of really low here, but it's what they were comfortable with right now, and weren't finding anything. Then they said, oh heck, we got to move. Let's look at stuff under 100 so we can just do cash. And we were looking at the trashiest places I ever saw. They were falling down, floors that were uneven, and yeah, it was bad. And so I started looking for condos. I was like, maybe we can find a condo that has been on the market. So I stopped even looking necessarily for things that just came on the market, and instead looked for what had been on for 30 days or more, and started looking and expanded the search to condos as well. And found something almost immediately when I started looking in that direction, and told her, hey, check this one out. I don't know about let's go look at it. Let's just go get in there and see how you feel about a condo. Maybe you'll love it. Maybe you say, I really do want a house. She loved it. And she was like, oh, I love this neighborhood, and this is so sweet, and it's not like I'm living in an apartment. So did that and found her something. Done.
Nice. That was straight salesperson move right there.
Yeah.
Think about like car dealerships. What
Yeah.
do? They want you to test drive it. They want you to sit in it, or they give you a loaner that's going to make you want it. You go to clothing stores, they want you to try it on, see how you feel, this and that. Like, you did a straight salesperson move. That is awesome.
Thank you. Well, Jason, that's been a big mental switch in my head, is that I know business and I know marketing, and I hadn't been putting it towards my new business and with real estate. I don't know why it didn't switch, that all business is the same. It's the same principles. You're just selling something different. And really, we're selling ourselves and our service, and not a house. So I'm selling my value and getting them in there. And that's been a big
awesome.
switch. So
That's awesome. I love it. Congrats.
thank you.
All right. Andy.
Hi, sorry, I was a few minutes late. We're just going over the wins this week.
Yep.
Okay. I don't have anything. I've been looking for, I have a client that wants a new construction and haven't had luck with finding a home that's available within the 3 months that he's needing it. So if you guys have anything that you could recommend me to, maybe a new community or just anything that's available, that would be awesome. But I've been calling like the builders that I have relationships with, and they're looking at 6 to 8 months from now, just on the ones I know. So I'm struggling with that a little bit, because, we have a client that's ready and willing to buy, but there's just no inventory right now. So what would you guys recommend as far as looking for more options for him?
Well, my first question is, why new construction?
So he wants a new home, new construction. His preference, he says that he doesn't have extra money to put on the table for anything that's pre-existing, which I understand with what I've seen, that's kind of the case right now. But I guess it's just kind of set in his mind that he wants a new construction.
Yeah, so I would probably take the same approach that Sonia did. Find something pre-owned. What year are we in? 2022?
Mhm.
Find maybe a 2021, 2019, heck, maybe even 2018. Like, all that stuff is still under warranty at that point. And it's pretty much new. There's people that are moving out of them. Some people need to sell for whatever reason. And so I would take that same approach like Sonia, maybe find something newer and take the client there. Say, hey, I know you're not going to be the first one who lived here, but does it check all the boxes? Because more than likely it's going to be the same floor plan, because they're not changing them up this soon. Same construction type, newer neighborhood. And so, it's just not built from the ground up for them.
Right. His lease is up in May, so trying to find something that's pretty quickly. And like I said, with the new builds, there's no way that we're going to get him in a new build in less than 2 months.
No, that's going to be a real tricky one. So yeah, I would again try to go for newer instead of brand new.
And as far as the offers go, are you still seeing like a crazy amount of offers for an existing home?
Well, it just really depends, and I'm seeing that it depends on price point and location. What's the price point of your client?
300.
Okay, yeah, so that's gonna be kind of one of those price points.
Yeah.
And then what location are they looking in?
He wants more in the west, like Little Elm, Fort Worth, somewhere kind of out there.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
open to different areas, but I think he's more so stuck on that, that side of the town.
Yeah, so Little Elm has newer homes all day for that price point. Again, it's not going to be brand new, but kind of what we discussed a few minutes ago, like newer construction. Yeah. I think that as far as the multiple offers goes, yeah, it's going to depend on the actual home, the location, all that kind of stuff, price point. But I don't typically see a huge inventory problem like in those areas for pre-existing.
Okay.
And so you might not have to deal with that. Look for something that's been on the market for a little while longer versus something that's day one. Maybe look for day 7 and above.
Okay.
And go for those. Carol, did you want to offer her some advice on that, or you were waiting?
I was going to say, so it sounds to me like your client wants to buy a house, but they're more afraid of being in a bidding war and a multiple offer situation.
Yeah. And having to come up with extra cash.
Okay, so what I was going to say exactly what Jason did. That's my strategy. Is what I do is I then have that client. We shop properties that have been on the market for 15 plus days. Not even 15 plus days. And the reason is usually you'll have like 5 houses come to market at the same time. And you have a pool of buyers, right? And they all run out to these 5 houses. Well, people are part of the Me Too movement, right? They got to Me Too it. So they always end up wanting the same thinking house. So now you have 5 houses, you have 30 buyers, and 25 of them all went for house number 1. The others filtered 2, 3, and 4, and that leaves house number 5 sitting there with nothing wrong with it. But because it wasn't the best house at the time, it gets left behind. So just have your client look at those houses. I bet you he'll find one that he likes. And at that point, you not only can negotiate money off this price, you can ask for a seller's assist. I just used this strategy. I got $7,000 off the price of the house. I got a $3,000 seller assist for my client. I got a home warranty for my client, and I got a full tank of oil for my client.
Wow.
Because the house has been on the market for 28 days. My buyers were thrilled in the middle of a seller's market to get that kind of deal, because I follow this strategy with all of my buyers. And then it just works out really well, because even new construction can have its pitfalls. I have a client right now under construction on new construction, under contract. They push settlement again. This is the second time now. So they give you, there's no contractual guarantee that the house is done on time when you go under new construction. And with all the material issues that they're having because of the supply chain issues, you can find yourself waiting an additional 6 months for your house. This
Mhm.
guarantees your client moves in at a reasonable time.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Chase.
Thank you so much.
Yep. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Who else we got? Daniel.
How's it going, everyone? How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. So for I guess an update, we did an open house. Well, we're continually doing open houses for $1 million homes. We did a really nice one, Toll Brothers one this weekend, and a lot of action. So hopefully one of the team members here is going to submit an offer or make an offer for the home. There was a few people that said that they were going to want to submit an offer, and honestly, they weren't really too vested with their current real estate agent. One of them, he ain't never met him, and apparently he sold some houses to some of his friends and family. So I just told him, hey man, we're here to help you, and we can definitely make that offer for you today, if you're willing to move forward. And so it was a little bit above his price point, because he had made an offer in the same community for like not over 700,000. This one was $1 million. So he definitely wanted to kind of look at his numbers first. But anyways, that's going good. You know, we're growing that pipeline as far as putting them in our CRM, sending them thank you cards, following up with them, and hopefully we can start, helping some of those clients on the higher price point. As for me, I have an offer that might get accepted today. We've submitted quite a few offers. Same thing with everybody else. Very competitive, no options. Going above list price. I'm just trying everything to get the homes, and it's funny because a lot of them do come back on market. I think I've seen some go back on market because they didn't appraise, and then here it goes again, another bidding war. But either way, my strategy is just be consistent. Put in offers, put in offers, put in offers, put in offers. That way you keep the buyer, still actively looking, hopeful, and you always just tell them, hey man, there's always another house. And sure enough, you go on the MLS, boom, here's another house. So it's just, that's always worked for me. As long as you're putting in offers, somebody's going to call you, somebody's going to like the way you write the offer, write it clean, because there's some very sloppy offers out there, and some listing agents are very picky. I have one listing agent, it's like no showings until Sunday, and final offers Monday morning at 10. I'm like, the hell, you only gives you like 6 hours. So, but once again, if you do your stuff right and get everything in, you might get it, because some agents are going to be late, some agents are not going to submit, or whatever not. We have that. We do have a few pre-approved buyers still out there shopping, still working with tenants. We have a tenant under contract moving in on the 1st, so a little extra income there. Other than that, I think we're doing pretty good. Working the social media, trying to get videos out there, trying to just some branding going, which is working pretty good, because I see a lot of more engagement, likes, and comments. So that seems to be working. Other than that, I think we're in good shape.
Nice, man. Nice. And something else, y'all, don't be afraid to submit backup offers. Tell your client that that's an option too. submitting a backup offer, because offers fall out all the time. You know, people will do their inspection and then I changed my mind, I don't want this. And that can guarantee you to be next up in line instead of, you know, going back and competing again. So talk to those agents. Hey, do y'all accept would y'all accept a backup offer? And so that way you're right there in first place. So for those of you who missed it, access to Do the Most conference is open for power unit members right now until Friday, and then it'll be open to the public. I dropped the link in the chat box, and I will do it again. But I mean, for those of you who went last time, you know, those VIP and platinum tickets go quick. And so if you want one of those, definitely scoop it up. You know, we have a great lineup this time. Like I've been saying over the past couple of weeks, expanding on what we really mean by do the most. So the theme of this event, I don't know if y'all can see it. So multiple income, create multiple streams of income, and be more than just an agent. Okay. So it's going to be all around that. Airbnbs, Turo, credit, business credit, personal credit, brand building, real estate, expanding, building teams, building a franchise, things like that, all at this 2-day event. So again, opening up to the public on Friday, but for this week, it is for power unit members, and you get special early bird pricing as well. I dropped the link in the chat box, and you'll get an email about it after this call too. Okay. So let's hop into today's lecture. Like I said earlier, what are we? We're business owners, right? We need to track our business like a business owner. For this month, in this series of lectures, we're going to talk about the tracking side of things. Okay. In order to really grow your business, you have to track every single thing, every single metric. Know where your money's going. Know what money's coming, right? You're going to get to a point where you're going to be making money hand over foot, and you're not going to know where it came from, especially as you start putting in additional income streams. You know, you're going to start getting these deposits, like you're getting like Carol and selling products and things like that. You're going to have money coming in from all over the place, and you need to know. But then also on the flip side of that, as a business owner, you're going to have money going out in all kinds of places, right? You need to be able to know when you're spending too much money. One thing with us as being in the real estate industry, oftentimes we can always feel like we need something. Oh, I need to invest in this. I need to invest in this. I need to upgrade the account on this. I need to do that. You know, all those little Office Depot runs start adding up. You know, one thing, I'll give you a perfect example, right? We were sending out past client gifts, and we were sending out a lot of them, and we were just doing it passively because it was the process. We knew that they had to go out. And then I looked at that bill one month and I was like, dang, we are spending a lot on postage, right? We're spending a lot on postage. Is there a better way? And sure enough, there was. That cut our shipping costs. And that little $100 that it cut makes a difference. That's $1,200 a year, right? On just shipping. You know, does it have to be FedEx when it could be UPS that might give you a discount? Or when you can go to the local postal service that'll do it for cheaper. You know, things like that, right? Even in our business, we're cashing commission checks, right? You're getting these fees taken out. Do you know where your money's going? How much is being taken out? Is it a good deal? You know, is your brokerage calculating properly? It happens. You know, people who work in accounting, they're all human. Sometimes you gotta look at your stuff and make sure that everything's right. and bring it to their attention. Not that somebody's doing it intentionally, but it happens. Okay. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to even share with y'all spreadsheets that you'll be able to use. I'm not going to share those today though, because I want you to be able to wrap your head around things and these concepts. And I want you to be able to take from today's lecture and go and kind of analyze some of these things. Okay. So let's break down our business and what money we have going out from month to month, and write these things down, right? Write these things down because they're going to be important. For one, right, is your brokerage split. We all know that, right? There's our normal brokerage split. Okay. Now, in addition to that, what goes on top of that split at your brokerage? Some brokerages, you have franchise fees. Okay. Some you have to pay for your E&O insurance. You can do that on every transaction. Some brokerages may charge it to you up front. Your E&O insurance. Okay. There's your broker review fees. If you have that, there's your cap fees. So say that you belong to a brokerage where you can cap. What is that fee after you cap? Right? How much do you have to pay to hit that cap? Okay. What all fees are associated with you closing one transaction? Analyze all of those. Analyze all of those, because something that you'll be able to do, which as we work through this, I'm going to get you predicting your income a lot better, predicting and projecting your income and what it needs to be. Okay. Are you a part of a team? Right? If you're a part of a team, do you have an additional split there? Do you have an office fee that you have to pay every month? Is there a royalty fee you have to pay for your team or for your brokerage? A lot of people, you'll just take these checks, you'll just get these commissions at closings, and you don't really know where your money is going. And you just say, oh, that's my split. It's not all your split. When you get into accounting, some of this stuff is tax deductible. But if you tell that accountant that it's just your split and not that this $50 that comes out every check is for insurance, it can make a difference. Okay, so break these down. Some things can be counted as a marketing expense. Some things can be counted as a interest expense. Cost of goods sold, insurance, taxes, right? But you have to have this breakdown in order for them to account properly. When you receive your statement from your brokerage, whatever brokerage you belong to, they should have a breakdown of all of these fees. And they have a breakdown for a reason. It's because these fees can be accounted differently. But you have to account for them differently, right? You have to. Are you paying a transaction coordinator for every transaction? Right? Something else you can put on there. If you have a different split for listings, a different split for buyers, something else you need to account for. Referral fees. Referral fees. How many of you take referrals? How many of you send referrals? That can be a major component of your business. Think about if you worked in your business plan, right? That, hey, I want to receive 10 referrals from agents this year. How much do you charge for referral? 25%? Right? And you put that a goal. So you working into your business plan that, hey, I'm going to network with other agents across the country so that I can have 25% coming in, right? I have clients who are moving out of this area. I want to make sure that I have other agents. If you ever have a client telling you that they are moving to a different state or different city, you are doing yourself a disservice if you don't refer them to another agent. Okay. One, you're being a great agent, but two, you're missing out on money that could be coming in. Right? So it is important to network with other agents outside of your area. Now, I'm not saying go to happy hours all the time and just network with all those agents who work in your backyard. But if you have, like me, here, I'm in Texas. Carol, you're in Delaware, right? We're good networking partners. We know each other. So I can send her business out there. She's actually the only person I know out there, but I'm okay with that. And if Carol can't do it, guess what? She can refer it to somebody else, get some money from that. Both of us may not get as much money, but heck, it's something that you can work into the plan at that point. How about this? Do you offer your client any value-added services? If you don't know this, I'm about to tell you right now. Most alarm companies will pay you as an agent to send them business. I have an opportunity for those of you who are interested in it. A mortgage company that will pay you when your client closes.
Oh, what's the name of that company?
I got you, Carol. I got you.
Is that Flybird?
No, it's not Flybird. Flybird is commercial lending, but I got you. Okay, to where you can build residual income from that. Utility companies. All right. Alarms. Talked about that already. This is how you're maximizing these deals. Okay, you can be that person that just gets the commission, or I can get the commission, I can get the alarm, I can get the mortgage, I can get the insurance, I can get everything. So I'm taking that 3% now to 5%. I ain't tripping. Okay, because I'm being a great agent, but I know how to work the system and I know what opportunities are out there to build this money up. Yeah, somebody's selling and they're buying. Perfect. Double-ended deal. How can I work that to get more out of it? You know, what connections can I make to get more out of it? Everything in real estate, y'all know this. Everything in real estate is negotiable. Everything. Even down to the fees that the buyer pays the mortgage company. Negotiable. So how can you work the system knowing that everything is negotiable? Hey, yeah, Mr. Loan Officer, look, I've sent you these clients before. Now they're moving again. It's going to be a double-ended deal and they have this and this. What can we do? What can we do? You know, working this, knowing where your money goes. All right. So let's get deeper into this. We talked about those brokerage fees, right? Are you tracking your marketing expenses? Are you tracking your marketing expenses? And I mean really tracking. I don't mean you just looking back at everything at the end of the month saying, oh, I spent $1,000 on marketing. I mean tracking it down to that transaction. Okay. So for this transaction, I held an open house there. I got the lawn mowed for them. I put these brochures and flyers in the house. I got it professionally cleaned, whatever. Do you know how much you are making truly off that transaction? Because you got to know if you're overextending yourself, right? As business owners, we have profit and loss, right? And sometimes we can overextend ourselves to where at the end of the day, we realize that we're actually at a loss for this transaction. We're at a loss. We got all these fees coming out, all these expenses, this and that. And Lord, don't get me talking about gas. And not to mention your time, because all of our time has a dollar amount to it. Are you truly profitable on this transaction? At what point does it not make sense anymore for you to continue doing this? And by doing this, I mean for you to continue overextending yourself for this transaction. But you got to know this. You got to be able to track it for every transaction that you do. Log in these expenses, log in these miles. Okay. Corporations and companies know down to the penny where their money's going. And you should too. Don't be that person to where you get at the end of the year, feel like you did so much, but don't have anything to show for it. You knew there was money coming in, but you sit there and look, hey, where's all the money? Oh, now it's tax time, and you get this tax bill for $16,000 that clears out everything that you had sitting there. So now you work 12 months and have nothing to show for it because you didn't track your expenses. And I don't want that for y'all. Okay, so there's your marketing expenses. What about these softwares? How quickly do we just sign up for stuff? We just sign up for stuff. Starts with the free trial. Next thing you know, I need this, I need that. And you look back and realize you haven't logged into that account in so long. Right? Sometimes you're paying for something that you probably don't need to pay for. Or you're paying for something that you think you need, but in actuality, you look back and you're like, hey, I didn't even use that for any of these. You know, are you paying $800, $500 a month for a CRM that you're only using 2 of the features in it? That's not doing good business at that point. Right? So this stuff has to be evaluated all the time. And you can go as far as setting up maximums for this. You know, you're setting up maximums, setting up budgets. Hey, this is the most that I can spend on softwares. In order for me to have that dollar amount at the end of the day, this is the most that I can spend on softwares. This is the most that I can spend per transaction on marketing. When you know that, what do? You make your expenses adjust to that. You know, when you're having these sales calls and they're telling you, okay, it's going to be $150 a month for this, you can say, that's out of the budget. I'm going to look for a cheaper alternative because I only have $100 to spend on this. But guess what? When you tell them this, they're going to say, oh, well, we have another option for you. And then they start making adjustments. Guess what you're doing at that point? Negotiating, because remember, like I told you, everything is negotiable. Okay? Everything is negotiable. What are your employee expenses? What are your employee expenses? Oh, well, I don't issue anybody a W-2 and this and that. Wait, but did you pay somebody to be your transaction coordinator? Did you pay somebody to do your marketing? Those are employee expenses at that point. In my book, I'm paying somebody for that. And then, you know, what's really neat is when you sit on one of these calls and say, oh, I need to hire somebody, but I don't know if I can afford it. But then I say, hey, tell me how much you spend on your marketing person, your transaction coordinator, this person to run Facebook ads for you, this person to do this. Oh, look, you spent that amount for a full-time person, full-time salary. But you wouldn't know that, and I wouldn't know that unless you're tracking it. You don't know if you can truly afford somebody. You're just thinking that. You're thinking it's going to be a huge expense. But if I sit here and reframe your mind and say, okay, look, it's going to cost you X amount of dollars, $15 an hour, but it's going to make you $50 an hour. Does that sound like a good deal? Right? If you could spend $15 and make $50, does that sound like a good deal? It makes sense at that point. But if you don't know what these numbers are, you don't know what that input is versus your output, you can never come to that type of conclusion. All right. So track how much you are paying people for stuff. Like, especially for those of you who are paying people on a regular, even though it may seem like a small task, but you've paid them 2, 3, 4 times before for that small task. Add that money up and see, does it make sense to have maybe somebody do this full time? You know, hey, I can probably contribute $300 more to this, put this person on payroll, $500 more, and it'll make me X amount because now they're full time versus these one little jobs here and there. Right? Other things, your lead services. Are you paying for lead services? If you are you evaluating those? How much is it costing you per lead versus how much you are making? Is it making sense? Is it making sense? Postage. I gave y'all my example of postage. You know, have you looked at how much you've been spending on postage? Don't just fall into that trap of this is how it's always been done or this is how I've always did it. Who you're ordering boxes and envelopes from, are they the best place? Or you got to do this every month. Would it kill you to get them in bulk, spend $20 more versus placing an order every month for the same envelopes? You know, all of this affects your bottom line. And as humans, you know, we can fall into that trap of thinking, oh, it's just $5 here. It's just $10 here. Just $100 here. Oh, I got a closing coming up. It's not going to make a difference, this and that. But when you look at these numbers at the end of the year and that accountant gives you that profit and loss and you're like, damn, what the fuck did I spend freaking $3,000 on? Why did I spend that on this? Postage? Who was I? Where was I mailing? Australia? But you don't want it to get that far, right? Because then you say, okay, well, now next year I got to do something different. Sorry, y'all. I mean, y'all can see I'm speaking from my own experience right here, because this shit is real. You got me cracking up. This is real. Okay. For those of you who run Facebook ads, Google, all this is notorious. Like, you'll log into your Facebook ad account and you'll notice not like, hey, I knew I was only paying $5 per lead. Why is it at $30? You're happy because you're just getting the leads in, but you're not realizing that cost per lead has gone up. All of these little things, I can give you examples for days, right? Of just things that can happen when you don't track your numbers. You don't track your income. You don't track your expenses. You end up at the end of the year not having any money. You make money, but you don't have any money. You don't keep any money. Okay. Now, let me give you the concept of scaling. We only got a couple more minutes. Let me give you the concept of scaling. When you start tracking numbers, that enables you to make decisions that help you scale. Okay. Making a decision based on scalability is different than just buying and just spending. Okay. For example, if I'm spending $200 on Facebook ads, right? And I'm noticing, you know, based on me tracking my numbers, I'm spending $200 on Facebook ads every month. And that's yielding me 2 closings, which in turn is making me, let's say, $10,000, right? So I say, okay, this $200 a month that I'm spending is making me $10,000. This is a great deal. I love it. Now, the decision that I'm going to make now is to scale. Okay, so I'm going to double that expenditure. I'm going to double that to $400. And based on my calculations, I should make how much? $20,000 a month. That's a decision based on scaling. I keep doing that. Now, those numbers won't probably be that high, but I keep doing that. And then you say, Chasten, how much did you spend on Facebook ads all year? And I tell you a crazy number. Oh, I spent $100,000 on Facebook ads. You say, what the fuck? Why would you do that? But then I can show you, well, I started with 200. It was yielding me this, and I upped it to this, and it was yielding me this. And that scale was still going. Now, what most people do is they say, well, I'm spending $200 right now. And I talked to this Facebook ads guy, and he told me I should at least be spending $1,200 a month if I want something. So what do? You keep upping the budget, but that return is not coming back to you. That's not spending wisely. That's not scaling. Okay. That's not scaling. Everything that you do investment wise, real estate wise, what you spend on your business, you should have a return attached to it. You can make that initial investment, but if you don't see a return, and I typically look for a 3 times return. So 3x. If I don't see at least a 3 times return, then I'm most likely going to cut that. Because it's not doing it for me. I'm going to move on to something else. I can spend this $200 in another place. Heck, I can probably spend this $200, put on a first-time home buyer seminar that is going to yield me a 3 times return than me spending this $200 on Facebook ads. Okay, making those decisions every single week. Look through your numbers. Every single week, look through your numbers. Every month, you should have a profit and loss statement done every single month. Every single month, you should know if you are profitable or if you lost money. Now, let's just say, hey, it's January. It's a slow month, but it's the beginning of the year. So I spend a lot on marketing. You know, I'm trying to set up my spring, set up my fall, set up my summer, right? January, I may show a loss, but I know that, and I'm able to see it. So now I know in order for me having this loss in January, I need to up things. I need to make sure that I'm going extra hard February, March, April, because I don't want to show a loss consecutively month over month. And by the end of the year, I'll be damned if I show a loss for the whole year. Because I'm tracking, because I'm doing my profit and loss statements. I know where my money is going. I know what's coming in. I know what activities I need to up. I know what activities I can probably slack up on a little bit, right? It's not just about, are you working on a closing right now? Zero it back to those activities. Oh, I don't have any closings. Well, are you making the same amount of calls that you made when you had 4 closings, or did you loosen up because you had business? Or maybe you need to up those calls because now it's gotten more competitive. But knowing this, it all falls on tracking. Track everything. Become obsessed with tracking your numbers. Okay, 100%. Track your numbers. Who was that? Kiara said she went to, she did an event this past weekend. She was networking. I hope you know exactly how many contacts you got. Okay, you need to track that. You spent all those hours there. How many contacts did you get? Okay, when you get out there doing open houses, all right, you did an open house for 2 hours. How many contacts did you get? How much money did you spend on that open house? You doing open houses, is it profitable? I know they work, but there may be a problem in your system if you're not getting any money from them, right? Your scripts may need to be tweaked a little bit. You may need to make some changes. Why are you spending $100 on cookies that nobody's eating? It's decisions like that, y'all. Don't just fly by the seat of your pants just because you think it has to be done that way. You can make adjustments and think like a business owner. And it's these small adjustments that can make the biggest difference. Small little adjustments. Think about big corporations. They'll make small adjustments and it'll add millions of dollars to their bottom line. Same thing with our businesses. Small adjustments. Changing sign companies. Are you spending too much on signs and writers? Small adjustments. They affect your bottom line. All right. That'll do it for today. Any questions? Anything y'all want to know before we hop off of here?
Yeah, Chasten?
Yep.
Do you have what software or platform, what are you using in order to track your expenses? Are you putting that into your CRM in some way, or is it a different, what are you using?
Nope. So to be honest with you, I have an accounting firm, but here's what I use, an Excel spreadsheet. So no,
Awesome.
it's nothing
Yep.
fancy
Great. Thanks.
because it's free and I don't want to cut into my bottom line.
Heck yeah. Heck
But
yeah.
you can use QuickBooks.
No.
You can use Wave. So WAVE, that's a free accounting software. I think it's at waveapps.com. Or you can hire an accountant that
Yep.
does bookkeeping. Yeah. Anything else?
Another thing I was gonna say is people can actually start tracking and stuff. So I see realtors, they don't have a business name in terms of they are operating just under their personal name. So if you can open a DBA, it's very cheap. I think it's only probably less than $50 or $100. I think you can open a DBA, and with that DBA, then you can start getting like credit cards and debit cards, where the expenses for your business is only coming out of your bank account that you open for that business. So it's going to be help you to track. So if you check your statement at the end of the month, since you're only depositing all your money into that business account and you're taking expenses out, it's going to enable you to track. And Chasten has been teaching a lot about business credit lately. I know a lot about business credit as well. And I teach people, there are cards, like every expense you make as a real estate agent, you can literally be collecting points. So American Express has a great program for business, right? You apply for American Express business credit card. With one inquiry, they can give you 5 business credit cards, American Express. I have a platinum. I have the gold one. I have the silver platinum. It comes with fees, but it also comes with a lot of perks. So when you are running ads, you're buying stuff for your open houses, or you're giving gifts to your clients and stuff. These are just money you spend, regularly spend. You can collect points, and that point you can use it to book free flights to UK, to London, to Dubai, to anywhere, just based on the money you normally spend anyway. But you get perks just because you use your business and you're building business credit. So anyway, I know a lot about business credit too. I just thought to add. Thank you.
Yep. And even with those points, I'm so glad you brought that up, because I know a few people on this call, do gift cards and giveaways and things like that. You can use points on all that kind of stuff. You can use points to get those gift cards that you give away, letting that money that you're already spending. Like, if y'all are using debit cards for anything in your business, stop now. Like, literally stop now. It is not worth it, and it's not smart. Make your money, let your money work for you. This is another business owner hack. Like, let your money work for you. Stop using debit cards, collect these points, build up your business credit, establish an LLC, or like Bayo said, a DBA. You get way more tax advantages on that side of things. Set up an S corp, get taxed as an S corp, like, so you can avoid that self-employed tax. And possibilities are endless, but work the system. It's out there. It's out there and it's set up, and people have been doing it. Like, y'all know when, it always happens during election time. People want to call out people's tax returns and this and that. Oh, they didn't pay any taxes. Well, they just worked the system. They didn't do anything illegal. They just worked the system. And that's how these people are not paying taxes, or paying very little taxes. And here you are paying the most because you're not working the system. But y'all are all business owners, and you can have the same advantages that all these other corporations have. You just got to work it. All right,
And
but
also, you can
oh,
also expense your interest rates. I mean, your interest on the business cards. That's what I did last year. It really helped me out because you're paying like $3,000-4,000 a year in interest.
all that.
In case
Yep.
you don't have, if you have a balance, of course.
I love it. All right, y'all. So we'll continue going deeper next week. Again, those Do the Most conference tickets are open for y'all right now. And so snag them while you can for those VIPs go out. And I will see y'all next Monday.
All right, thank you.